Well, on a cold, icy day like today, what would hit the spot more than homemade chicken soup?
And what could be better than nutritionist Donna Weihoffen's homemade chicken soup? We headed to Donna's kitchen with much anticipation. What a perfect food on a day like today, chicken soup.
And doesn't it smell good?
Homemade chicken
Wonderful.
soup.
I've been cooking all morning, and it smells so good because I started out with a fresh chicken. And I put a chicken, whole chicken, just washed it off, put it in water, slightly salted it, and onion, okay? And I cooked it till it's super tender. And then I just picked off the meat off the bones.
How long does that take, about an hour?
About an hour, okay.
Okay, and you already did this with another chicken.
This is my other chicken, so I picked it off. And
How much work is that, though?
Oh, probably 10 minutes. I mean, I just stood there picking, and Misty is going to have a little bag.
Your dog?
Misty food.
You could use a rotisserie chicken,
You
right?
can use a rotisserie chicken, and then you would use commercial chicken broth.
Okay.
But now I have my own broth, and that's super tasty.
Okay.
So I have my own broth in here from my other chicken, and I need to thicken it a little bit. So I thicken it by taking potatoes and slicing them very thin, cooking it in the broth, and then using my handy-dandy immersion blender and thickening it so that it's slightly thickened from the potatoes.
Just potatoes?
Just potatoes. Now, while the chicken's cooking, the important thing about soup is that you have to saute the vegetables separately. If you don't, they don't have the same flavor, and it's not
So you
as
don't put them
good.
in raw?
No. So
What
I
do we
take the
have?
onions. So I sauteed onions separately, and then the celery, kohlrabi, and carrots.
Oh, no, kohlrabi
So-
is interesting for chicken soup.
I know, it's very tasty. So now that I have the broth and it's slightly thickened, I'm going to put in the vegetables, which I have already sauteed, and put in green beans.
Okay. Oh, you're getting as many vegetables as you can
Are those cooked
possibly
or
get in.
raw?
These are raw. The green beans don't have to be sauteed. And I'm going to put in raw cabbage, too. That doesn't have to be sauteed. So I'm going to put that in. You can see I'm saving half of it because I'm going to use the other half for this chicken.
Right.
And then turn on the burner and cook it. I would cook this until the vegetables are tender, and then add the meat.
Okay.
Because if you add the meat too early, the meat kind of loses its flavor, and so you add the meat at the end, and then you put it in.
Do you season it any other way?
I think chicken soup is good with a little bit of thyme. Now thyme, it looks like little needles. Mm-hmm. Oh man, those really, you'll find them in your soup if you don't take them and kind of grind them up.
Okay.
So if you can take them and then grind them a little bit, then you won't find those little prickly things in your soup. And then add a little bit of salt and pepper. And I like to add a can of beans.
Makes it a little heartier.
Juice and all, yes, with the white beans, because that's a little bit of thickening too. So here we are with a chicken, vegetable, bean soup, and it smells so good. And
Yes,
it was,
please.
And it wasn't even hard.
Now, can you freeze the leftovers?
Oh, yes.
So you can be eating that for a long time.
Yes, yes. But you said you were going to take it home. So.
Oh, that's delicious.
And I like it because it isn't just real brothy, it has a little bit of thickness.
Oh, that is so good.
Well, it is perfect on a day like today.
It is.
Talk about comfort food.
It is comfort food.
Recipe online, channel3000.com.
Channel3000.com, along with some soup tips.
And thanks for having us over.
Yes,
Your
this is my
beautiful new house.
This is
Congratulations.
my new house. We have moved and we are settled in, and here we are. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Donna.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.